Hi friends, welcome to Rita's Paper Motif. I'm Rita, and today I wanted to share with you a vertical joyful card. It's a fun fold, but I want to show it to you in slimline style. Now before we get started, I have a few things I want to share with you. So again, I'm Rita, and I love to share card designs, 3D projects, and scrapbook pages. So if this is something that you're interested in, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel as well as following me here on Facebook, on the Facebook page. All right, so there's a lot of things going on, but there is one thing that I'm super excited to share with you today, and that is something I just got in the mail. And so what I wanted to share with you is the paper pumpkin. Now, you know, I haven't shared for a while this paper pumpkin, but the reason I wanted to share it with you today is because I realized that some people maybe don't have a big craft space, or maybe they just like to craft occasionally, or, everybody's at a different space in their life. But I did want to share the paper pumpkin because whether you're an avid paper crafter or an occasional, or you just like to, it's just a hobby, it really doesn't matter. These are perfect. They're perfect to when your mojo's down. They're perfect when you just want to create for creating's sake. And so this paper pumpkin is essentially a kit. Now we do have a variety of kits in our online store that you can choose from, and the ones in our store, there's always different ones that come up so that you can see ahead of time excuse me, what you're ordering. But the paper pumpkin is different in that it's a kit, but it's a subscription, so you can subscribe, and then once you subscribe, then every month you get a kit in the mail. So you can suspend your subscription, or you can cancel it at any time. But I just wanted to show you the beauty of the paper pumpkin. So please indulge me for a little bit. Now your paper pumpkin, I don't know how, well, maybe this is the best way, always comes with everything inside this box that you need to create whatever. If it's a card or a project, all of the contents are going to be in here. The only thing that you need to add is you'll want scissors, maybe. And I will tell you this, that I like to use my own adhesive. So that's one thing I like to use, and that's just because that's just me. But it always comes, just like this one does, if it's a stamping kit. Let's move this so we can see better. It always comes with an ink spot. So this happens to be Misty Moonlight, so we know we're not going to make these today. I just wanted to share it with you. This is a Misty Moonlight stamping, little block of ink. So it's a good way to try out your inks too. And then it comes with a stamp set. And I realize it is kind of hard to see this stamp set. Let me see. Maybe I'll take my Stampin' Pierce mat and you can see it better. So a little acrylic that's covered with acrylic, and inside are the stamps. So when you get your first paper pumpkin, you get an acrylic block so that you can use with all the stamps that you'll be getting in the future. But you always get the stamp set that you're going to need if you're going to need to create cards. And then we'll move these to the side. And then past this tissue paper, I always save my tissue paper. It's great for, when you want to pack gifts and stuff. I'm going to move this to the side. Then it comes with all the contents in here. And so again, we're just going to kind of take a quick peek at them. Let's see here. Of course, I'm not going to be able to open it, am I? Let's see. Okay. And so inside this plastic wrap, you'll find all of the contents. And you'll find some dimensionals, so we know we're going to be using dimensionals for this project. And so you get a sheet of dimensionals. I kind of like to save these, and I use the ones I already have open because these are great for me to pass on to you in a gift. So if we're doing take and make, or it's a kit that I'm mailing to you, sometimes this will be just a special surprise inside. And then these are the little glue dots that you can use. This is why I use my adhesive, because for me, it's just a mental thing on my own part. I just like to use my own adhesive. And then in the kit or paper pumpkin, you get all of the envelopes that are, you know, they coordinate with whatever we're going to be creating. This is like a wood grain, so you get all of those. And then you get the little, like, these are little layers for some cards. So let's see, how many envelopes do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this kit is going to make 9 cards, and we see that there are 3 like card fronts. So we know that 3 of those cards, you can use these already made. They're, you know, they have all the image and everything on them that you need. And then in addition to that, then you get these very nice card bases. So these are A2, which will fit in your medium envelope as they just gave us. And so let's see, there are 3 of those. And then there are going to be some, these are sentiment punch outs. So you get 2 sheets of those. Whatever punch out you need, if it's a circle, like I think this one is a circle. Oh, it's not a circle, it's a different kind of shape, isn't it? So whatever shape it is, you're going to get that in your kit as well. And then here's another card base. So probably should be 3 of these. And then we have another, some more card fronts. So this is like DSP that's already cut for you. You don't even have to measure and cut it. It's already done. And then some more, or here's some ephemera, some circle ephemera that's going to coordinate with this card base, this DSP, and then of course the ephemera. So as you can see, and then you get this little tag board that goes in it. So as you can see, everything's in there, and it does show you the little graphic of what the images on the stamps are. So we see little trees, and then we see some sentiments. Excuse me, I have it. My voice is going. Okay, and then you get these instructions that are easy to follow. So sometimes, I know there's some of us that just like to look and do, right? So you have all 3 cards, and it's going to give you the instructions on how to create each of those cards. And then on the, so it shows you what cards you're going to make. So we looked at all the ingredients. And on the back, it'll tell you what you should have in your kit. And it will also give you a list of the coordinating colors. So again, this is the paper pumpkin. It's a kit, and it's available by subscription. So your subscription comes, at least mine comes, at the end of every month. And again, if you're going to be on vacation, or for whatever reason you don't want your kit that month, excuse me, I'm going to take a drink of water here. Then you can definitely suspend it, skip a month or whatever. Or if you just, for whatever life throws at you, you want to cancel your subscription, you can do that too. But I just wanted to show you live what the inside of a paper pumpkin looks like. If you're interested in subscribing to the paper pumpkin, know that you can do that by going to ritaspapermotif.com. If you hit that Shop Now button, it'll take you to my online store, and then you can proceed there with your order. Now, I did want to just do one more quick plug. So also for our kits, they come the same way. If they're a kit that needs stamping, then you get the stamped ink block and the ink spot, and then you get an acrylic block to go with it. I am so sorry. I don't know what's happening to my voice. But in any case, so the kits you can choose from at the online store. And even if you don't want to make all those cards for yourself, think about creating the cards, packing them up, and making a gift set. So this is a set that I made a while back, and I packaged it up in this little acrylic box, and it's going to be a gift to someone. Now, you know, whatever I need to give a gift for, I already have one that's made. Well, my words are not coming out today. So what a great thing to have on hand, because you can definitely give these to someone as a gift. And who wouldn't want a box of your handmade cards? All right, let's move on with what I wanted to do with you today. I wanted to make today with you this card that is called a vertical joyful card. It's joyful because it has 2 places for your sentiment. So that's definitely there. And we're going to make these. Now, the vertical joyful cards that I've seen before, I've seen most of them, all of them actually, in an A2 size of card. But today I wanted to just create with you, and I'm going to get closer here. I did just want to create with you a slimline version of that card. I'm on a slimline kick. I have always loved the mini slimlines, but I had kind of not done one for a while, and so lately I've done a couple in succession, so this is just another one. Now, you can use, the card that we're going to create today is using a different color cardstock, and it's also using different DSP. So this is the Beautiful Bounty DSP. And I'm sorry, it's Unbounded Beauty DSP. I don't know where I got that. I knew that was wrong, but anyway, so here are some of the different sheets. They come in at 12 by 12, so that's definitely available. But the set that we're going to use today, we're going to be using the Countryside Inn DSP. And we're also going to be making today an envelope for our slimline. Now, if you do a lot of slimlines, you may want to invest on a number 8 envelope. So you definitely can do that. But if you're just needing one envelope, or you wanted to customize your envelope, then I'm going to show you how to create an envelope for these slimline cards. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm going to get out my silicone mat. We're going to need that. And I think I have everything here. Let's just look at what we're going to be using today. So I'm using a couple of the, let's see, what do I want to call it? Dark blue cardstock. And this happens to be Night of Navy. And so this Night of Navy is going to be the backing of our slimline. Now, I like the mini slimlines that measure 6 by 6, and then I simply score at 3, and so that I have a card base. But I'm going to just use half of that card base. So this measures 6 by 3, and that's Night of Navy. And then I'm going to take another piece of, this is Misty Moonlight, and the Misty Moonlight is 2 3/4 by 8.5. Okay. All right. And then I need another piece of Misty Moonlight, and this is 7.5 by 2. Okay. And then you need a 2 pieces of basic white. So we have those 2 pieces, and those 2 pieces are 1.5 by 3 inches. And then we are going to be getting out our DSP. So, oh, here's another piece of your basic white. And this is 2.5 by 3. We also have some DSP. This is from the Countryside Inn DSP. Let's just move this to the side. Oh, I'm sorry, I think my voice is going. This is 2.5 by 5. And then we have some smaller DSP, and this is 2.5 by 2. All right, let's go ahead and get started in creating our card, and then we're going to do that envelope together. So this is the base. We're going to, in this piece of DSP, you're going to want to score. So with the long side up on your trimmer, you're going to score at 3. And so we're going to be attaching this Misty Moonlight to our Night of Navy, just like this. So let's go ahead and get out our glue. And we're going to glue it down. I'm trying to be careful with this glue because I tend to use too much glue, and I don't want to get glue all over the place. So we're just going to go ahead and position this with an equal margin all the way around the Misty Moonlight, and that would be onto the Night of Navy. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there. Now I'm going to take that piece of DSP and I'm going to go ahead and glue it right here on the inside, or adhere it. I'm going to glue, just do that now so that, and you could use either side. Either side would look really cute with what we're going to do. So, whoops. So whichever side you wanted to, and also whatever color of cardstock you want and DSP. I'm just using this, but you know, feel free if you like this fold and you want to recreate it, use whatever you want. We have some nice, I'm going to pull this closer so I could get that margin. We have some great DSP in our store. You know, that Misty Moonlight moved on me. It sure did. I'm going to have to move it back. I hate when this happens. Okay. And then, okay. All right, so now we have that all taken care of. Let's go ahead and put this on the front just so that we have our pieces. I use a little prescription bottle to hold my glue upside down. I've tried other things, but that seems to work for me. Odd as it may be. And then we're going to put this right here. Let's see if I want it this way better. Yep. So you can tell if you don't have it the right direction just because it's what, like a 1/2 inch off kind of. All right, so there we go with that. Now we want to take this other part that we're going to decorate, and we're going to adhere it right here on this card. So kind of easy peasy, right? So let's go ahead and put this white piece. Actually, we want to stamp before we stick, and that's something that anytime I've not done that, very seldom am I not disappointed in myself. So let's go ahead and get stamping. So on the front, I want to use the stamp set that says hello, and that hello stamp comes from, I want to show you, comes from the Simply Said stamp set. So it has this is all sentiments on this stamp set, and I really like it because it just covers the gamut. Birthday, congratulations, just a note, or hello, or let's see, what are some of the others? A thank you. So it really does cover the gamut pretty much. Thinking of you is on here as well. So this is a very good stamp set to have in your inventory. So if you don't have this, I want to, you know, definitely recommend it. I'm going to put it here. It looks like I'm too close again. In any case, I want to totally recommend it to you. So that's what we're going to use, and we're going to be using our Night of Navy ink I'm a little cautious with this ink because I just inked it up and I really didn't want to get ink all over my fingers. So I am going to get out a scrap piece of paper because then I can kind of, I can kind of make sure that I have my stamp set in the right direction and that the ink is good. So yes, it is. So I'm going to put the hello. I'm actually going to bring out my Stampin' Pierce mat because this is kind of a new set, and the cushion from the Stampin' Pierce mat just kind of gives me a crisper image. So I'm going to stamp hello right here, kind of at the bottom. Okay, and so there's that. And then on the inside, which is going to fit on the inside of this, I wanted to stamp something else. So I have 3 places to stamp, right? So I wanted to stamp this little saying that says miss you. And I can really put this just about anywhere. I'm going to try and get it in the middle. So let's see here. Let's turn it over because I don't feel like it's dark enough. And this is why we want to stamp before we stick. Okay, let's see here. This time should be a charm. There we go. All right, and so let's go ahead and put these on here, and then we will do that other stamping bit there. We have one more thing to stamp, is basically what I'm trying to say. And while I'm doing this, I just quickly wanted to invite you to go to ritaspapermotif.com, and there on the home page, if you scroll to the bottom, you can sign up for my newsletter. And in the newsletter, there are different things that I send to you. Could be a PDF, could be just the news of what's going on. But we have a lot of stuff that's coming up in the month of June. So might be worth your while to get in on that. And then, of course, let me know if you've used this DSP before. That's the Countryside Inn. Okay, let's see here. All right, so we have this part. Let's go ahead and stamp this so we can put away some of our stuff. Now, this is going to fit right at the bottom here. So you actually could write a small message, or you could put some basic white cardstock on the back if you had more of a message you wanted to send. So you could definitely do that. But let's go ahead and stamp this. I want to make sure I get it in the right direction. Okay, so we want to this side up. And with that, I'm going to stamp another sentiment. And this sentiment comes from, let me find it. It comes from the Happy Little Things. And it says you're amazing, or incredible. I'm sorry, it says you're incredible. You're incredible. So we're going to go ahead and stamp that on the inside. Okay, and make sure that I have a good stamp and I have it in the right direction. Yep, I do. Okay. Again, you can use any of the sentiments that you like. This is the one that I'm using, and it's barely going to fit. Because it's barely going to fit, I definitely want to get this closer to me. And I need to do it closer because I don't want to get my head in the camera space. So we have now stamped all of our sentiments. So let's go ahead and finish up this card. Now, one of the things I wanted to share with you is, you know, you could use those number 8 cards or you can make your own. And that's what I wanted to show you today, is how to make your own envelope. Did I say envelope? You can definitely buy those number 8 envelopes or you can make your own. And that's what I want to show you today. Let's put this out of the way. You could definitely make your own, and you can make it out of a variety of things. You could make it out of DSP. You could make it out of cardstock. You could make it even out of printer paper. So we're almost finished here. Let's go ahead and, oh, I guess I did not put enough glue on there, right? Whew. I'm trying to be so careful to not use too much glue that I am not using enough, I guess, obviously. But this is live, so you see the real thing. And none of us, I'm so glad that none of us are perfect, because it's nice to know that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and place that. Wanting to make sure it's somewhat straight there. Okay, and now we're going to decorate it. And you can see that this is not really wanting to stay, but that's because we need to go in with our bone folder and give it a good crisping up here. Our cardstock is such good quality that you have to really help the memory in our card with those folds. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and decorate. So, you know what I wanted, what I used were a variety of things. I'm going to just dump them out so we can kind of look here. So, I just wanted to stamp, to have available to me a bow, and I'm not even sure I'm going to use it, but I may want to use it. And this does, oh, this does not, it's not quite centered here. Okay, so I kind of wanted a bow, and so I took this die from the Country Birdhouse dies. So it's meant for to give the illusion that the birdhouse is hanging. Right, so you would just put your birdhouse underneath, but that's not really what I wanted. I just wanted the bow part, and so I did go ahead and cut one out. I'm not sure. We'll see if we use it today. We'll just see. That's not it. Here it is. So we'll see if we use it, but that did come from the Country Birdhouse, and so did these dies that I'm going to be using for my little flowers. So there's a little flower there. Where's my bigger die? I'm always scared I'm going to lose it, and then I would be quite upset at myself. Here it is. Right here. So you have 2 sizes of flowers. Actually, there's 3 in the die set. But these always come in handy, and this is why I feel that I can never have too many dies or really too many stamp sets. And there's some that I'm not drawn to necessarily, but I always can find a way to use them. And it's funny that when I'm looking for something, I'm thinking, oh, I wish I had this. So this is one die set, and it actually comes in a bundle. It comes with the Country Birdhouse stamp set. I have found that this bundle is amazing, and I'm going to be using it a lot probably in my craft room. And I just want to pass on a little tip. I believe that shortly you're going to find that our bundles are going to have an additional discount when you purchase them. So right now, when you purchase a stamp set with a die set, that's called a bundle, and you get 10% off for buying them as a bundle. But in July, I believe you're going to see that there's going to be another percentage off of the already 10% off. So you really do want to keep posted, and if you check in at my website, you'll be able to see when that happens. Now I'm putting these dies away because they're tiny and it would be easy to lose them, and then I would be very disappointed. Anyway, I cut out quite a few little flowers. Some I cut out of the Night of Navy, and some I cut out of this part of the blue, this DSP that was in the Countryside in DSP package. And so I'm just going to place them around on my, right here on this. I just want to, let's see, how am I going to do this? Okay. Let's just put a little bit of I'm going to have to bring this closer because honestly, I can't see where the glue is from the distance. Okay, so we're just going to, I have bigger and little flowers, so I'm just going to do that. Now, you know the other thing that you could do instead of using the glue, which is what I'm going to do for video's sake, is I'm going to use my glue dots. So let's just use those. So I'm thinking I just want to alternate blue, the light blue with the dark. And I'm just going to put them, just kind of decorate. I'm not going to use, I don't think I'm going to use leaves. I'm not sure that I need to. And I have some small navy, Night of Navy, so let's use those too. Let me see here. I want you to be able to see this. Maybe I didn't have it. And there's our hello, so we definitely don't want to cover that up. And you can definitely hear our garbage truck in the background. Gosh, they're loud. And so I'm thinking, do I really want a, I think I do. I think I want this little bow up there. So I'm going to cut out that part that looked like the chain. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that up now. Okay. Okay, and I am going to put a little light blue. Well, I felt like there was some glue, that glue dot was hanging out, so I thought I would use it. Okay, so you could just like keep decorating however you want, right? Let's see here. And I think I'm going to put one more on here, and then I wanted to put a couple down here. So let's see here. Oh, I don't know. Let's put this, where do we want it? Let's just put it there. All right, so we've kind of decorated that. Let's just put a few here, and I have another little stamp that we're going to use for the inside because we want to decorate that, right? But I feel kind of like I'm wanting to hurry so that I can show you that envelope. And I am going to use all the same size of flowers right here. namely because that's what I have left, but also and I'm going to move those over. Let's see if I could do that. I want the other to take a pic. Let's see here. Okay, one more, and then we're going to be done with the outside of this. All right, so we have our card. Now we do have the inside that you can decorate. I'm not going to use these. I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. I have a stamp from from that country birdhouse. It's this little stamp right here, this little flower, and we're going to do that in Night of Navy. So let's bring that back out. And I'm just going to kind of stamp some clusters. And same here. Okay. All right, so that's our card. Now again, back to what I was saying before, you can put this card in an envelope, an already made envelope, which is a number 8. And this measures 6 1/4 by 6 3/4, I believe. And you can get them at any office supply store. When you mail your card in this envelope, it isn't going to require any more postage for the size of the envelope, right? And this fits in there perfectly. So the envelope itself, because of the size, is going to cost you just regular postage. However, once you start adding bulk to your card or weight, like this one is not heavy at all, this only would, I'm sure, would only require 1 stamp. This, I'm going to go ahead and put 2 stamps on mine because I'm not quite sure, but I really do believe it'd get through with 1 stamp. So, if you choose not to invest in these envelopes, then I want to show you how you can make your own envelope. So let's go ahead and look into that. Now, here's what I'm going to use. I need to clear some room here. This is an envelope I made out of cardstock, but I might use it for this card because this card is lightweight, so 1 stamp would be okay for me. But, and I can, go ahead and use that. Oh, that's not this color. What am I doing? I could go ahead and decorate this envelope before I send it, and then that would be good, right? Or for this card, I want to create my own. And here's what you're going to need. So you're going to need a piece of, I'm going to use printer paper, is what I'm going to use today. And I'm not going to get out my trimmer. I'm just going to tell you this, but the dimensions are exactly the same whether you use DSP or you use printer paper. You could even use vellum if you wanted to. You could use cardstock. Now the thing when you use the vellum and you use the printer paper is that this paper is thin. So I don't think you can see my score lines. And sometimes they're hard for me to see because they kind of like fade away on the paper. It's easier to see them on cardstock and on most of the DSP. But I want to use this weight because I want to kind of make sure that the postage is not an issue. All right, so this is 7.5 by 11. And so with the 7.5 side at the top of your printer, I guess I will get it out. So with the 7-inch side at the top of your printer, then you are going to score at 2 inches. So you just measure 2 inches. And you would score. Now you want to be careful. I've already scored this. What you want to do is you want to be very, very careful, because our score blade is not a cutting blade, it's a scoring blade. But this paper is kind of fragile, so you know, if you're not careful, you could definitely cut it. And then, so just kind of be careful. And here's what I do. When I'm scoring, because this is printer paper, because I want to be careful so that I don't cut it, I will take a pencil. I'll take my pencil and I'll make lines right here where I score it. That way, when I go to do what I need to do next, which is cut off those score lines, then I'll be able to just erase them and it'll work, right? So you're going to score at 2, and then you're going to move your paper still with a 7.5 inch. I don't know how I did that. Still with a 7.5 inch at the top. Then I'm going to score at 5.5. So 5.5 is right here. Let's see, right here. And then I would just, whoa, I got to get it straight here. And then you would just score. Then you're going to rotate your paper, and it doesn't really matter whether you rotate it to the right or the left. I'm going to go ahead and rotate it backwards, of course. And then you're going to score again at 1.5. And then you're going to score over here at 7 3/4. Now, if you didn't want to pull out your arm, you could measure 3/4 right here, and that would be the same. But you're going to measure at 7. Let's see here, 7 3/4. Okay. And then I do the same thing. I take my pencil and just draw those lines lightly. I don't do it with my cardstock, and I don't do it with the DSP. I just do it with this, and I do it with the vellum. So it's just kind of a little cheating thing that I do, because I don't want to torment my printer paper, and I want it to be sturdy enough to use it for the whole reason that I am doing all this with it, right? So then we're going to cut away those corners. So that's where those lines come in. So you're just going to cut, and I'll go ahead and cut, and then I'll show you. So I'm going to cut away those score lines if I can, but if I can't, then I'll just erase them. Okay. Let's see here. I'm making this so much harder than it is. That's because I'm not cutting all the way up. There we go. Okay, and then 2 more. Okay, so we have the same thing here that we have here. Now, again, you're going to want to erase all those lines. So We just did that, right? All right, and then we're going to fold. Now, I know you can't see those fold lines, and I really can't either because that's the printer paper thing, but we are just going to go ahead and I can feel those score lines right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold my printer paper. All right, and it will overlap. And you can take your bone folder, which is what I do, and I just kind of secure those fold lines. But again, you want to be kind of careful. You want the fold lines to be secure, but you don't want to rip that printer paper, right? Okay. So then we're going to need to adhere this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some... I'm forgetting. I'm losing my mind, I think. I'm going to run some tear and tape right here, and that will secure that spot. So let's just do that. I'm going to bring out my silicone mat, and the reason for that is so that you can see and I can see where I'm putting that tear and tape. Let's see. Here we go. So right here on the end. And again, those mini slim lines that I make I do normally make the 6 by 6. And I'm also just going to put tear and tape all the way on all these tabs too, while I have the tear and tape out. If you get the tear and tape that is off the your paper a little bit, never fear. If you're working on your silicone mat, it won't stick to it, and you can always cut it off. So I got a little bit off there, so I'm just going to cut that tear and tape off. All right, then we would take our take-a-pick tool. That's what I like to use, and we're going to take off or to remove that. Let's see here, I lost my, there we go. I'm going to take off my release paper on this tear and tape. And again, you want to be careful. I don't want to remove the tape, I just want to remove that release paper. So we're going to fold this down again, and we're going to fold this over. Okay, and then this is the more narrow. This is like a 3/4 inch tab. This is going to be the bottom, and so what we're creating is a pouch envelope. Remove that release paper, fold over, and now our envelope is sealed. And so then we could, you know, just go ahead and for some reason I'm going to try again because that is too long of an envelope. I must not have cut it right. So let's try that again. And I am so sorry. This is one that I had, I did the tabs before. This is obviously was more than, or maybe I scored it on the wrong side. I don't know how it got so long, but that is way too long. There's not a Slimline mini that would fit in that. It would swim in it, so it's kind of embarrassing, but that's how it is. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. I'm sure that you don't make them, but I do here. All right, let's make sure I got this right. Yep, see? All right. So now we're going to do that tear and tape. You know, I was watching somebody the other day, a very, she's very well known for paper crafting. And I was amazed when she admittedly made a couple of mistakes. And I was like, oh, I thought I was the only one. But nope, it happens. So one thing about live is you can't edit them out, right? But if you were at home and you weren't happy, you would start over, right? Luckily, I had a practice sample. All right, I see one thing I want to trim, and this you want to do before you start folding. For whatever reason, I didn't get a clean cut here. And we definitely want that clean cut. All right, so here we go again. Take off that the release paper. I just want to be careful because this take a pick tool could easily pierce the paper. There we go. Okay, we're going to fold again. We're going to do it this time. So maybe that old adage, measure twice, cut once, is probably a good idea. All right, this is looking more like the size I need. Taking off that release paper. And it's cloudy out all of a sudden. When I first started, it was so bright and sunny. And my craft room is normally pretty bright during the day. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we have our envelope, and we're going to go ahead and put our card in it. And there we have our envelope. So, you know, this is a good way for you if you don't want to invest in those envelopes that you buy at the store. You could create your envelopes. I like them out of cardstock, actually, because they're nice and durable. So I'll see if I want to put this in cardstock or not. We'll just see. Or the paper, or there's always the option to use the number 8. So there we go. Let's see here. Whichever you want. So I really do want to thank you for visiting visiting class today. Again, if you like card making designs and scrapbooking page layouts and 3D projects, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and also following me here on Facebook. Thanks and have a great day. Bye now.